Up next on End of the Day Beer Review, we're going to be looking at CMYK Magenta. This is by Vector Brewing, and it is a Belgian-style quadruple ale, and it's been aged in amaro barrels, and it is coming in at 12.7% ABV. Check it out. Hi everybody, it's Rich and welcome to the End of the Day Beer Review, and today we're looking at another special beer. This one is actually one that was provided to us by Will. Will, once again, thank you. We're still going through some of those beers. This one is called CMYK Magenta, and it is a Belgian-style quadruple ale. You have no idea how many times I stumbled over that while trying to do the introduction. And it is aged in amaro, A-M-A-R-O barrel. And it has a tasting note of English toffee, cinnamon bark, bergamot, and clove. And it is coming in at 12.7% ABV. Now, this is brewed and bottled by Vector Brewing in Dallas, Texas. Will is one of my viewers from Texas who sent me a bunch of beers that I just don't have access to, and really appreciate it. I've been trying to go through all of them, and so far they've all been really solid. I was putting this one away because it looked like it would be sort of a special one. So let's crack it. And then we did. And, ooh, we are getting overflow. Let's get it in the glass quick. I hate the idea that we just wasted that. But I will tell you, that spill smells phenomenal. I do have some paper towels over here, which I hate having to do that. It's such a waste of good beer. All right, let's check the nose on this one. This smells like it's been aged in like a sherry cask. I don't know what amaro is. So it turns out that amaro is a type of bittersweet Italian port. So I thought it smelled like there was a sherry note in this. I am getting sherry, I am getting cinnamon. There's also almost like a Jägermeister quality to it, which is gotta be the clove. It has a beautiful nose, it really does. Yeah, it almost has like this lovely floral aroma that I just attached to that sherry barrel aging. So this is gorgeous as far as the nose goes. I mean, like everything you could want. That cinnamon, that sherry cask, or you know, bittersweet wine. I'm gonna say sherry because that's sort of what it reminds me of. Sort of like the hint you get from like an Angel's Envy or something like that. Like, that's sort of what it reminds me of. Or even like the hint you get from some of the Irish whiskeys that were aged in, you know, like a more of a wine barrel type of thing. You could just smell this all day. It's like smelling a flower. Sweet. Again, that clove note really sort of comes in at the end. You know what? I gotta see what it tastes like. The taste on this is nothing like the nose. Oh my God. Okay, so, you know, I got a lot of cinnamon and a lot of clove in the nose. What I'm getting here is almost all of that sort of bittersweet wine flavor. And you know, to be honest, there is a certain amount of bitterness, almost like tannic, you know, from like the grapes of the wine. So like, it's not as sweet as I thought it would be. It's very, very dry. It's definitely making my mouth go like, but it's a really, really interesting beer. And this sort of bittersweetness on the back end, it reminds me of like if you've ever had the chocolate that's like 80% or 70% cacao beans or whatever it is, where, you know, it's sort of like the unprocessed chocolate. That's sort of what this reminds me of. You can taste all of those hints of what would be there with the sweetness, but you're sort of getting that raw flavor first. So again, I do get some of the cinnamon, I do get some of the clove, but almost not almost, the dominant flavor here by far is sort of that bittersweet port flavor. And again, it really makes you salivate a lot because it is so dry. It's such an interesting beer. And there's just so many notes of flavor here. But again, this really does highlight that sort of bittersweet port that it's been aged in. In fact, I feel like the barrel has definitely taken over this beer more than anything, because that's really what I'm getting here, is all of that barrel. Would I have it again? I would. This is a really good share beer, I think, because I think you could spend a tremendous amount of time just discussing the nose. And then, you know, the idea of how different the flavor profile of this beer is compared to the nose. I think this could be an interesting share beer. Is it an everyday beer? It's not. It's also at 12.7% ABV. So, you know, you're talking about like 1 in the evening if you want to stay sober. And again, I don't know what this costs, but I would imagine as soon as you add barrel aging into it, it's going to be a more expensive beer. So would I have it again? Definitely. This would be a nice showpiece in the midst of a tasting. You know, is it an everyday drinker? No. And I have to be honest, the port aged beers, or the wine aged beers and the wine aged whiskeys really don't do it for me as much as I wish they would. So like, is this my favorite of the beers that Will has sent me? It's not. Is it a good beer? Does it show like really, really good craftsmanship? It really does. It does exactly what it says it does, and it does it well. So, I mean, you know, again, this is Vector Brewing out of Dallas, Texas. And, you know, what this beer does for me is make me want to try other stuff they make. Because if they could put something together this complex, God, I could just imagine what they do with the beers that are just a little simpler, a little more straightforward. Anyway, folks, I am going to sit back and enjoy the rest of this one, think about it a bit. If you have had anything else by Vector Brewing, I'd love to hear about it. And once again, let me say thank you, Will, so much for the beers. I know it's taken me some time to get to them all, but I wanted to go slowly so, you know, as not to miss anything good. Anyway, folks, I will see you next time. And please hit that like button, subscribe, share the channel, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers. 2 down. 3. Let's go with this one.